Happy Independence Day to one and all. When we sing Jana Gana Mana today, are we simply repeating words written more than a century ago? Or are we participating in something much larger? We may disagree about many things. We may speak different languages. We may pray differently. We may come from completely different parts of India. But when those familiar notes begin, we know what to do. The moment Jana Gana Mana begins, something almost instinctive happens. We just instantly stop. We stand, and for a few moments, hundreds, thousands, even millions of people become still. But have we ever paused and asked why? An anthem is not merely a composition. It is a nation's shared memory expressed through music. The story of Jana Gana Mana takes us back to the early decades of the 20th century. The information about the travel of the anthem from a song composed by a poet, philosopher, composer, and the first Asian Nobel laureate in literature, Rabindranath Tagore, is known to many of us. The song had traveled a remarkable distance from a poem to a song to a national expression. The opening words themselves are beautiful. Jana Gana Mana, the mind of the people, the collective consciousness of the people. And then comes the idea of the guiding force of the nation. The song moves through India's geography: Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Utkala, Banga, from north to south, from west to east. It is not simply describing a piece of land, it is bringing together many identities into one collective imagination. Different languages, different regions, different traditions, different histories, and yet one person. But perhaps the most interesting part of our anthem is not its history, it is what happens to us when we hear it. Why do we stand? Is it simply a rule? Perhaps partly. But I think there is something deeper. When we stand for the national anthem, we are not saying that every Indian thinks alike. We are saying something much simpler. We belong to something larger than ourselves. For those few moments, my profession doesn't matter. Your status doesn't matter. Our differences doesn't matter. We stand as citizens together. The prescribed full version of the national anthem takes approximately 52 seconds. Just 52 seconds. But imagine what happens in those 52 seconds. A classroom becomes silent. A stadium becomes still, a railway station may pause, a group of strangers suddenly moves in unison, and millions of people who may never meet each other do the same thing, stand. Perhaps that is the quiet power of a national anthem. And perhaps someone from the younger generation might ask, why should I feel patriotic just because I am asked to stand? That's exactly and actually a good question. Because patriotism cannot be forced. Standing for an anthem cannot by itself make someone love a country. The real question is, what do we do after the anthem ends? Do we respect the people around us? Do we care about the country we inherited? Do we contribute something to the country we will leave behind? Because, perhaps, standing for India is a moment. Living for India is a responsibility. Over these Independence Day days, we have travelled through three powerful expressions of our national consciousness. The flag, a symbol we see; Vande Mataram, a song that awakened a nation; and Jana Gana Mana, an anthem that brings that nation together. Three different expressions, but beneath them is one feeling: India. So next time you hear Jana Gana Mana, don't just stand. Pause, listen, look around you, and remember, for those 52 seconds, you are standing beside millions of people you may never know, but with whom you share something extraordinary: a country, a history, a future, our India. Happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.